Economic collapse news. Unemployment's low. People cannot find jobs. Hey gang, this is Mike, and did you know that 750,000 food stamp recipients are going to be cut? That's a lot of people. And now here's the thing. If you look at the unemployment reports, it's very, very low. It's like a 50-year low. But that's because they're using funny math magics. What I call math magics, because they can use math to fool people. One great example is that there's millions and millions of people in America that cannot find good paying jobs. One example is in my own abundance club, in my own, which is a mastermind that I have, in my own profit sharing coaching, I have students that have college degrees and they have full-time jobs and they have to get another job just to make ends meet. And the situation is so bad that the cost of goods has gone up so much, rents has gone up so much, but the working class pay have barely kept up with inflation. Okay, and the situation is that the mathematics that they use to calculate unemployment is totally screwed up in the favor of big government, big brother. It's not the truth. Hey guys, before I forget, if you want to know what to say to a seller to buy their house at 60 cents on the dollar, then listen up. Or if you want to learn how to take over house payments from a seller, exactly what to tell them over the phone, or if you're cold calling them, if you're going to their home, I have the perfect course. It's a full day course. It's 7+ hours of training where you can listen to us talk to motivated sellers right over the phone. You get to hear what we ask, what questions we ask, how do we know if they're motivated or if they're not, how do we negotiate a takeover payment program, how do we negotiate to buy their house at 60 cents on the dollar minus repairs, aka wholesale price. How do we do all that? Okay, it's all live. You can listen to it. This is not pre-staged. These are live hot sellers, and there's all types of sellers out there. And we recorded the phone conversation with the sellers, and you can actually listen in live. So if you're interested, go to call.mrnofluff.com, call.mrnofluff.com. Okay, let's get back to the story. On food stamp alone in America, that is a lot of people, guys. Almost 1 million people. Okay, and it doesn't even include, all the other government subsidies. Now, I'm not a big fan of subsidies, but I like America because you can have a certain amount of, if you fall off the horse, let's say you're working and something happens, or your business goes under, or your employee goes under, like Imran, you have some certain type of security net for a short period of time. Not forever, but for a short period of time. I like that. However, you can see that we're about to hit a big crash, and Big Brother is so worried about that they don't want to feed so many people, and they're trying to get all these people off their balance sheets because they know hard time is coming. Okay, they know hard time is coming. They need more money. They already introduced tariffs, which is a tax on everyone, which to make Big Brother more money. And now they're going to get rid of millions of people on their payroll because welfare is it's a liability for Big Brother, and about 1 million people, right, are not going to have welfare, and there's who knows how many millions of people that don't have jobs because they're not being counted because of the crooked math that the labor department uses to calculate the low unemployment. So the whole thing, in my opinion, not financial advice, is a shammy to fool people, because sure, there are people out there in California, Silicon Valley, who are making, as engineers, $160,000 a year, but those are the very few. Okay, most people that I know have college degrees, working full time, 40 hours plus, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, doing Uber. I know a lot of students in my abundance club and my profit sharing coaching that are Uber drivers or Uber Eats drivers, and that's what they do. And they have college degrees. Some of them are real estate agents, and so depends on where you're living. Inflation has really hit. Like rents have gone up so much. Like the cost of everyday goods has gone up so much, And even though that on NBC, Big Brother, or CBS, they talk about employment being so low and historical records, but all that stuff is, again, in my opinion, manipulated to sugarcoat all the debt that Big Brother is getting under. Because the truth of the fact is that we're the world reserve currency, and as more and more countries um, not believe in our system anymore because Big Brother is getting just so much debt, like the debt is overcomes almost the national growth product that we grow, so your GDP, right? So how can they pay that back? And once other countries lose the belief system in the petrodollar and the world reserve currency, then what happens is that, we go bankrupt, dude, because we cannot pay, Big Brother cannot pay the debt that it has. That's why Trump wants negative interest rates. That's why the world's going to negative interest rate because of central banking, because of fractional reserve lending, because of this funny money, basically had, you know, robbed the riches of American people and floated up to the river to the elites. And in other countries has robbed the riches of all the resources from oils, bananas, I mean, whatever you think about, right, of other countries and brought it here. One great example is China. We harvest their cheap labor to make everything you could imagine, from your shoes to your pants to your socks to your iPhone to your headset in China, because labor is cheap there. And those guys became our sweat workers or slaves in a sense. They work, they produce, and they pulled themselves out of that situation and now have become a world leader. And now we're mad at them about that. Well, I mean, think about it. The producers are the ones that are going to win. I mean, in any nation, in any country, and even in your family or even in your business, if you're producing, you win. If you don't produce, you don't win. So that's nature. Just like if I put your foot in the cast, you don't work out for 6 months on it or 6 weeks, your muscle will atrophy, your muscle will get smaller. And where if I put it into a leg extension machine in the other foot and keeps doing exercises for the same 6 weeks, the other foot muscles will grow significantly. Same thing happens with your brain. That's why people that are active, they don't have autism as much versus people that are sedentary. Same thing happens with your health, like diabetes, heart attack. Same thing happens with the economy. Same thing happens with business, with anything. If you're a producer, if you're active, then you improve on your craft or skills or product. And if you're just a fat ass and you expect the whole world to produce for you while you print fake money, then then you're gonna have the heart attacks. You're gonna have these problems, and the problems are in America right now that I can see is that, dude, inflation's crazy, right? There's millions of people that don't have jobs, that don't are not even counted. There's millions of people on food stamps. There's millions of people on government welfare, but we don't have money for this stuff to help out these people. But we do have money for Lockheed Martin's, Boeing, the mother of all bombs. We do have money to kill millions of people all over the world. We do have money for the military complex, but we don't have the money to feed 750,000 people because they can't get jobs. And the problem is that Trump has now raised wars on the colored, and now he's raising the wars on the poor. And I'm not a religious guy, but I remember reading Jesus's book that the poor are his friends. We should treat the poor with the most respect, right? And other cultural religions talk about the poor as highly up. So today we live in an era where if you feed the homeless, you're going to go to jail. At the city level, at the federal level, we are going to take these people's food out of their mouth, 750,000 people. But we're going to put that money into walls, into hatred. We're going to put that money into bombs so we can bomb the shit out of people, so we create more terrorists and more people that hate us. But we don't have money to fix our water system. We don't have money for the suicides that are happening in American soldiers. We don't have money to pay all these disability vets or disabled people. Again, 750,000 people are going to be cut off from food stamp. And if you think about it, the system is messed up where we have central banking, the Fed printing money, which causes madness. It causes destruction in markets. And we don't have, like I did a video yesterday, we are privatizing profits and we're socializing losses. And then what that means is corporations, GMC, when they're making profits, it's theirs. But when the shit goes to hell and they go bankrupt, we have to bail them out. Okay, that's what it means to uh, privatize profits and socialize losses. And we've seen that with the financial sector, like Bank of America and so on and so on, Citibanks. We've seen that with the car manufacturing. We're seeing that with so many different aspects of our economy. And the crazy thing is, we are not producing much, and the companies that we do have, they're on subsidies. They're on our nipples, Big Brother's nipples, which means we have to pay the taxes for that. And at the same time, the people don't have shit, and then we're gonna go war against other people, even though the spinning of Big Brother has caused so much inflation because of so much debt and the printing of money, thanks to the Fed, because they're pretty much the same in a sense. Like, even though they say they're separate, in one sense they are the same. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this message, please click the like button. Support this channel by clicking the like button. That's all I'm asking. It takes a lot of time and energy to make these videos. Click the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think we're going to have a crash? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to be a play? Do you think gold is going to be a play? Let me know your thoughts. I'm really interested in knowing about it. And click the like button, share this message. Much love. And remember, don't take no for an answer, man. You're more powerful than you realize. Peace.